This is the horoscope for March 5th, 2022. The sun is in Pisces, and the moon is in Aries. The fight is certainly on these couple of days. You know, if you think about ancient mythology and if you think about the god Ares, which was a very fierce and could be ferocious if in the negative octave, but could really, really rise to a high vibration and really be the hero as opposed to the villain. Where, he could be standing at the water's edge and make a promise to himself to commit, to celebrate the people, or to harm the people. And it all depends. There's either victory and triumphs, or there is the lower frequency of fear and distaste and hate that could also come with this as well. And so the sun is in Pisces and the moon is in the sign of Aries. And another very important god to think about is the god Poseidon. Now, Poseidon, rules water. This could be the very silvery water that is, that the sun shines down on, or it could be very, very dark water as well. And if you think about Poseidon's water palace below the sea, which would be very glamorous and very glorious as well. But Poseidon, remember, is evil. And his life's mission, which probably is a little pathetic, is to, was to steer Odysseus off course. And that is truth. Where he was determined to that, and just by the low tone and monstrous sound of his voice, it could really be haunting and daunting, and it could lose some of people's will to live because they're like, oh no, he is out for me. I am not going to have an easy time. And so, there's that going on with that, with the sun in Aries, moon in Pisces, and those gods. And I just want to clarify the god Aries is spelled Ares as opposed to Aries. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about with this combination is a Scooby-Doo episode that I watched. And this episode is all about where Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Incorporated gang have to go on this submarine to discover things. Maybe it was a hidden base or something under in the sea. I don't know what it is, but it was, this structure that they came across, which in the end, spoilers, it was destroyed. But so anyway, in this episode, I remember watching it, and these German stop robots, they were called, were evil. But the point of this is that before they were about to board this submarine, which these kids owned, that I think their parents lended them or something, and they were, supposed to be responsible for this. And this, what would be Uberhead, showed up, and he was green and white, which are very prominent colors around this time. Key colors because of, the upcoming, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. I would color code as being green because I see 7 as a green number. But so, in this, he haunted them like, that is no escape, these waters are so, and all these types of things. which did not set them up for a very fun time. You know, and I remember this one scene from this episode where Daphne and Fred were in this pool, and it quickly filled up with water. Very, very quickly, the water came in very thick and very heavy, and they were about to drown and not survive. But they did survive because Fred found a way to drain all the water out of the pool so that they could get out. Or something, to stop the water from, coming in and flowing. But so, they saved themselves. And, it was all about escaping, but that sort of thing, if we think about the combo of Pisces and Aries, Pisces is the sign that is, and I use an expression, living on a glyph as meaning this particular sign would, be very, very alone, in the dream world, dreaming things up. And then Aries is all about wars and rages and aggressions. So I think if you combine these, it would be maybe a Piscean nightmare, possibly, who knows. But Aries at the high road can choose to, in battle, be the ram, because Aries is represented to the ram, not destroying the other rams, but fighting for love and peace and for, happiness and with peace as well, possibly. So, that's really the high road of this. We're going to very, very shortly have Venus and Mars coming into Aquarius, which is going to create this beautiful community energy of finding your tribe, and also a communion of connecting and networking sort of energy. So, thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell.